just before I go on this rant right here, for all the good black men, would you please exit the room? This is not about you. But at the same time, if you one of those type of black men who see all of this going on involving the black men who are degrading and disrespecting black women, and you're not speaking out against it, you are just as part of the problem as the men who are actually doing it. So don't get mad when you get put into the same box as them, because that's what's going to happen, in the same way that black women get put in the same box as 2 or 3 black women who mess up. We all get put in the same box. Society puts us in the same box, and y'all don't do any better. Y'all help put us in that damn box. Now, as for the good black men who always speak up for us and talk in our favor, shouts out to you. It's not about you, because truth be told, it's a bigger number of you who are talking against black women, and very few of you are talking and speaking up for black women. The ones who do, that they do, and we give them respect. The ones who sit up here, oh, she ain't my daughter, I ain't gotta speak out for her. Okay, you getting put in the same box as the motherfuckers who sit up there talking negative shit about us. You getting put in that box. Y'all are the only group of men who put your fucking women down and think it's okay. And you always crying online. You cry online more than us women do. More than us black women do. And we go through the most bullshit. We go through shit with people with everybody on the planet. Then we have to take that shit from you, which is a double fucking whammy. Now, are there some bad groups of us? Yeah, there are some bad people in our group. I will say that. I'll be dumb to sit up here and say that all black women are good, but you have your set of good women and bad women in every race. A lot of you who choose to go over to the other side, a lot of times y'all get done wrong by those other races of women, but I don't hear a peep from you about that. You don't put them, you don't low rate them and label them or do anything to them, but you always do the black woman wrong. And I've come to realize they don't have shit to do with us. Even though there is a couple of bad apples on our tree, it's not us. It's not us. It's y'all. There is nothing that we can do right in your eyes that you won't have nothing negative to come back and say. I realize that. And black women, you need to realize that too. It's not us. It's them. You ever been around somebody who just don't like you? No matter what you do, that person gonna always have something negative to say about you. Well, this is a lot of our black men. They just don't like us, and we have to come to that reality. And a lot of us are still pick-me chicks and all that. Let the pick-me chicks be pick-me chicks. I'm talking about for the women who actually analyzing this shit. It's not us. It's them. They just don't like us, and there's nothing that we can do to make them like us. And I'm about to point out the shit that they complain about. To show that, there's nothing that we can do to make them like us. First thing first, they complain about our weight. But there are black women out there who are working on their weight. I'm still hearing complaints about weight. But then, check this out. Before you get the weight on you, they complain about you ain't got enough booty for them. You ain't got enough breasts for them. In the black community, if you ain't got breasts or booty, guess what? They'll call you bony. They'll call you skinny. They'll bypass you for somebody else. I know this because at one point I was like 120 to 130 pounds. And a black dude actually came up to me and told me, you looked better when you had weight on you. See, this fuckery been going on. When that was going on with me, it was like the early 2000s, 2003, 2004, 2005. Not much has changed with the black men since then. The only thing that's changed is now they get a chance to cry on social media and complain about how they dislike black women. But here's the fucked up part. As much as they complain about weight, they go over to the other side and they'll pick a white woman that's bigger than a lot of the black women in the black community that they complain about. Now that's fuckery right there. That's some bullshit. That goes to show you it don't have a damn thing to do with weight. They just don't like us and want any excuse to not be with us. Okay, going to another excuse. Another excuse they like to bring up is we won't let them we won't let them run the community. We won't let them build the community. Wait a minute. Since when do black women have control over black men building the community? We don't have any control over that. You don't see white men complaining about white women not allowing them to build the community. A real man does what he has to do, and only a boy does nothing and sit around and complain about it. Boys do that. It's not us. We're not white supremacy. We're not keeping you from doing a damn thing. We're just the escape route you're using because you're too scared to stand up to the system of white supremacy and take what you want. Take your respect. Earn your respect. And that's the reason why they don't respect us, because of you. If you want respect, you have to earn it. It's not going to be given to you. Why do you think the white man is the most respected man on the planet? He went and took his respect. He earned his respect. That's why he's the most respected on the freaking planet. While y'all was sitting around here trying to eat in the same building as them, he was gaining his respect. He gained his respect a long time ago. And that's what you going to have to be. You're going to have to be a vicious motherfucker in order to get that respect that you so well want. The black man who was actually trying to earn our respect, which was Malcolm X, y'all religious black motherfuckers had him killed. You teamed up with the enemy and had him killed. That's what it seems like to me, and that's what I'm sticking to. So it's clear that y'all don't want respect. Y'all just want to sit around on social media and point the finger at black women for you not getting your respect. Another complaint y'all have. She wear weave and all that. When it's black women out here who's not wearing weave, it's black women out here with long hair just like this. But what do? You sit up there and you complain about her texture of hair. You say it's nappy. It's not good enough. When we lock our hair, you say that's unattractive. But a lot of you can lock y'all hair. What kind of shit is that? And it's not only black men that's doing this part right here. I'm seeing black women do this too. Like we're convicted. I mean, we're punishing each other for trying to be. It's women out there with weave can see a natural woman out there trying to be natural, and we'll go against her because she don't want to wear weave anymore because she don't look European enough. But black women, y'all, we gonna get our turn too, because there's a lot of fuck shit we do too. Right now, I'm just gonna stick with the black men. Basically, what we have to do to look pretty in your eyes is go put some harmful ass chemicals in our hair and walk around with that shit, make our hair look straight and European and shit in order to be accepted by you. But then you'll still have some bullshit to say about that too, because it's not about our hair. It's not about our weight. It's not about any of that. You just want to sit on your ass and complain about shit. That's what that is. Complaining is way more easier to you than getting up and doing something about your current situation. Now what's something else they like to say? Oh, they say we don't like to submit. This is a lie. This is a lie. I've known plenty of black women who have submitted to their men. I know plenty of black women right now who are submitting to their men. And some of those women who are submitting to those men are getting the short end of the stick. They're getting ran over, played over, and everything else. I also know some white women who are submitting to black men who are still getting the short end of the stick. It's just like I said before, the problem in the black community is not submission. We're too damn submissive. We'll be submissive to men who don't even deserve our submission. We'll be submissive to them and allow them to dog us out and drag us through dirt and everything. We'll still be loyal to them, and then they hop up and leave us for somebody else. And a lot of us been had kids by these men, never got a ring or any of that. So that right there is false. The real deal is a lot of black men want submission but they don't want to do anything after that. They want submission for nothing. They want submission and still want to date you or want to sleep with you instead of marry you. They want submission, but they're not willing to meet you halfway. They want submission, but they don't want to put in no work. They want to act like they're actually married to you, but they're not really married to you. They don't want to walk down the aisle. They don't want to do any of that. They just want to use you and abuse you until they get tired of you. Then they up and leave you. And see, that's what black men really mean when they say submission. That's what they want. They want to be able to treat you any way they want to treat you, and you have to sit back and be quiet. But when you get tired of it and you speak up, then you bitter, you angry. You everything in the book that's negative. And I know for a fact that they don't do better when they interracially date. I know this for a fact. I know a few white women right now who are with a Pookie and a Ray Ray who's not working anywhere, who not doing shit. They have to do everything. And then you have the ones who aren't Pookie or Ray Ray, who's supposed to be what? High value. Sometimes they are the worst. Because I knew a white girl who went with a high-valued man who owned a family business, who was making money. He got her pregnant, had a child by her, didn't marry her. He treated her like she was property. Yeah, he paid his bills and her bills. He had his own place, she had her own place. But he still rent his house and her house, while still living in his own place. He didn't want to commit. He just wanted to use her as property, and that's what she was to him. And she put up with it for a couple of years until she got tired of it and she moved on. But you have other white women who are going through this right now and still going through it. So when they sit up there and say white women are easier to get along with than black women, then what they really mean is they're easier to run over than black women. But you have black women in the hood who are just as easy to get ran over also. I mean, if we weren't so easy to run over, we wouldn't have the highest rate of STDs, the highest rate of children out of wedlock and all that. So we easy to run over too. So that's why I say our problem is we're too submissive. We're too submissive to the wrong men in the black communities. So that bullshit they talking is false. I also look at how quick they are to throw black single moms under the bus, but they don't never throw the men who gets these single moms pregnant and go from house to house getting other women pregnant. They don't never throw them under the bus. They get a pass, even though they were the ones who helped produce those kids in the hood. It takes two to make a baby, not one. Oh, but she's a woman. She had a choice. So did he. She could have closed her legs. He didn't have to screw her. He didn't have to sleep with her. And ladies, do y'all ever notice how when that child of that single mom grows up and does something bad, that the mom is always to blame for this shit? But if the white woman child grows up and kills somebody, murders somebody, you don't never see the white father blaming his baby mama for it. You don't never see that in the white community. And you're not going to see it because you know why? That's the black man shit. He has to have somebody to blame other than himself. If it's not the system of white supremacy's fault, it's the black woman's fault. Never the black man's fault. I mean, if you're a black woman in the black community, you always getting blamed for everything. Yet you have to be superwoman in order to be in the black community. Another thing they like to say is, we like to date Pookies and Ray Rays. We like the bad boys. This is true. But we are not the only race of women who like bad boys. Other races of women like bad boys too. And there are actually other black women who don't like bad boys. They are hypergamous and they want them a man with money. Then what they call us? They call us gold diggers. We can't win for losing. Like, how in the hell you gonna talk about hypergamous black women who are just trying to do the same thing that other races of women do. Who are you to tell us that we're not good enough to be that way? And that's very hypocritical, because a lot of you black men will be with a black woman while you're struggling. Then when you get money, you leave that same black woman and go to another race of women, because you already know as long as you was broke, they didn't want your ass. They didn't want nothing to do with you until you got money. Oh, but you don't call them gold diggers. You just call black women gold diggers who want the same thing as those women. Walking around talking about police brutality and crying about that whenever a black man gets killed by the police. But when a black woman gets killed by the police, you question what she do to get killed by the police. But never acknowledge that you killed just as many of your people as the police do. Quick to talk shit about rappers like Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B for sexualizing, for being sexual in their songs and encouraging young girls to be hoes. But I remember when Plies used to be out, and he used to rap about sex in songs, and used to say shit like, I want me a bitch that pussy smell like water. That was okay. You ain't never say nothing negative about when Plies used to do that shit, or any other male rappers for that matter who used to do that shit. Now all of a sudden you self-righteous, you're woke, when you should have been woke a long time ago. It's funny how we're woke when being woke is popular. But when being woke wasn't thought about, we weren't woke at all. And the list goes on and on about what black men complain about black women, and the reason why they don't want to be with black women. You have a whole newer generation of young guys talking, saying online that they prefer white women over black women because they're easier to run over and all this and that. Black women, we need to stop. We need to burn the cape. We need to burn the cape. Stop marching for these men. Let the ones they brag about march for them. Because at the end of the day, we're not it. They're it. And the black men make it show us this every day on social media. Every time I'm turning around, I'm seeing something that a black man has said negative about a black woman. Now I know all of us are not good. You have bad apples, a couple of bad apples in just about every bag. But we are not all bad. But they put us all in that category. And they're doing it on purpose. It's not no accident. They're doing it on purpose. Why? Because they don't want to be with you. That's the way it is when a person don't want to be with somebody. They make up all of the excuses of why they don't want to be with that person. Now I'm not saying all black men. A couple of them do still rock with us, but the majority, most of them do not. Don't cape for them. Burn the cape, and only cape for the ones who cape for you. And let the weak ass Beckys have them. I'm saying the weak ass Beckys. I'm not saying the strong Beckys that see through their bullshit. But anyway, I'm done with this. That's my advice to you black women. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share down below. Peace, y'all.